Nine, 9 wins in a row, guys. We've done it. Record amount of wins since is it the triplete season? Did you say, Palm?
No, it was in 2007 all the way. But man, amazing! And 9 wins in a row. I didn't see this coming.
9 wins in a row, plus 8 on our cousins Milan, who gave us a little gift and the best gift from Juventus today. Once again, drawing against Torino in their derby. They're way behind. They have to fight for the top four spot. Forget about Scudetto. But man, it's not the greatest match. It wasn't the greatest match to watch, but I'm feeling good. Mo, thank you for joining me. How are you feeling, bro?
I'm doing great. I woke up this morning and I never thought I would be in this position by now. Like I thought one of them might drop point, but both, that's like gonna. And we win. It's just gonna. It feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, if, you have to get up early, or in the day, early in the day for you, or midday kickoff for you. So you probably looking forward to 3 weeks away from Inter. You're like, yeah, finally some Inter in my life, and then you have this slow. It got very dirty towards the second. The end of the second half. We got so many yellow cards, both for Bologna, for Inter, and we've been talking about it for weeks, and it's how it finally happened. Bastoni and Brozovic both got a yellow card, and now they're suspended for the next match. I
Yeah.
guess we've been delaying the certainty for a while, so it had to happen at one point. It had to happen. It's not the worst time for it to happen, to be honest. But Palm, you joined me for half time. It was 1-0, and it ended up being 1-0. What's your full time reaction to the match?
Yeah, man. First of all, so stressful. I mean, as you said, Rahul, I didn't expect the most cleanest of wins because the team was rusty, and I just thought that Conte will eventually look to defend this match out. And as during the halftime review, I said I was not impressed by Ranocchia, but I think he stepped up. Apart from that silly tackle on I think it was Barrow, but I think it was needed. But I think he stepped up, and yeah, I think overall I'm satisfied with the performance given that we are coming after so long. But I'm now worried about the Sassuolo match already because Brozovic and Bastoni won't be there. But I think overall, apart from that, Conte made the right substitutions. He brought in Darmian at the right time because
Mhm.
Young wasn't offering much, and Alexis, man, he you could see how much energy he brings in. Like he drew the fouls. Like once Juara came in, Juara was on the right trying to cause problems. Then Alexis wins the ball back. Juara's fouling him. But Rahul, just to sum it up, I think overall it was okay. Like we just need to get the 3 points at this point. And I remember Mo saying it previously on your channel. Like that's what matters at this point. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Well, what do you agree with him, Mo? Do you agree that the performance really doesn't matter? It's just the 3 points at this point.
Away to Bologna, who are just lost two, I think, in the last 9 games. And Mihalovic, oh my God, this team was very well drilled in the first
Mm-hmm.
25 minutes. I
Mm-hmm.
have not seen a team come against Inter in the first 20, 25 minutes, and every player knew exactly where to be, what to do, who to mark. And they always had an option for passing and an option to cover every single time for the first 30 minutes. And it was just good to get the 3 points. It was needed to go up for Bastoni and then that cross, because me and you and I think other people mentioned that many times when we have Ashley Young for the last 20 match on the left side offensively. If Eriksson is not at his day, that side was dead, and that Bastoni had to go up, to be honest, to do the
Mm-hmm.
cross, because the right side as well was, to be honest, there's 3 guys on the right side, Skriniar, Barella, and Hakimi did not have their best game. And yes, Hakimi, maybe Barella ran a lot, but that's his game. But otherwise, his passing was off. Every time Hakimi made the run, his passing was behind. His tackling was not optimal all the
Mm-hmm.
time. But again, it's 3 points needed, but I have not seen Inter stressed, a squad stressed,
Mhm.
probably since the early Fiorentina and like Benevento when we were like 2-2. And even against Lazio, we haven't seen
Mm-hmm.
Inter stressed that much. Hey, Anthony, what's up, man?
I can't
Good one.
sleep, bro. How am I supposed to sleep? I can't. I didn't even try it. It's not going to happen. So finish whatever topic you're talking about, and I'll jump in eventually.
No, I was just saying it's just 3 points needed. And to be
Mm,
honest with you, I'm very happy with the yellow cards. I would have preferred one of them only to be suspended because I think the plan would have been to get the yellow card in the Sassuolo and be suspended against the Cagliari. But sometimes you're looking for the yellow card and it doesn't come, and then it will come
Mhm.
against Cagliari and you're suspended against the tougher
Yeah.
opponent next. So I'm happy that one of them got the yellow card. I'm not happy about the second, and I thought that the referee was irrational giving both yellow cards. But what happens, and you have to deal with this. Milan has been playing two stinkers as wingers today. We saw that. So you have to live with this, Brozovic is out. There's Sensi, there's Eriksson, Bastoni's out, there is D'Ambrosio if he comes back, and there's Ranocchia, who today was not the worst, but to leave him against somebody who's like 50 years younger than him and about 100 kilometers faster than him was kind of not fair to him.
Guys, Anthony, I'm going to bring you into this one. I feel like I've put it there. 9 W's in a row, plus 8 with a game in the hand. Is this a little bit anticlimactic now? Like, we've been building up to the Scudetto for like 11 years now. This feels like a little bit too easy?
Bro, nothing could be anticlimactic for me, man. The way that we hung on for those 3 points at the end of the game, I kind of really enjoyed getting those butterflies back a little bit. But when it ticked into like minute 85, 86, I just wanted the game to be over, bro. So I can't have any sort of anticlimax. Let's just keep getting the wins. And today, I did my match reaction, and it's just I haven't felt this level of relief yet this season. I'm a very pessimistic fan. Most people know that. And I've always had this thing in the back of my head that, we will still be fighting with 2 or 3 games left just to make sure we secure the title mathematically. But right now, especially after watching all the teams tonight and our main 2 rivals, I have never been more sure that this Juventus and this Milan side will get nowhere near as many points as we will from now till the end of the season. And looking at the cushion that we've got and the way that they play football, it's not going to happen, man. Like Mo just said, Milan was horrendous. I think that's what you were saying tonight. It was really, really bad. Juventus weren't that special either, but I just feel so much more confident that even if we were to drop points now, boys, they're not going to catch us. They suck too much. So, yeah, that's all there is to it, man. We're the best of the bottle this year. We're the best of the bottle.
As Mourinho would say, best of the bottle.
That's it, man.
What do we make of the match in general? Like we are halftime. You, Anthony and Parm joined me to give us. We said Bastoni was kind of our man of the half. Who's the man of the match? Yeah, do you guys are we still going with Bastoni? Did he keep up the performance from the first half, or did someone else manage to snatch it for you guys?
For me, it's Bastoni for the whole game, for sure.
Palm?
Yeah, I think I'll agree with Anthony. It's Bastoni, but I also want to give credit to Brozovic because I think apart from that silly tackle, he did really grow into the match and he made some really important interceptions. So I think Brozovic as well for me.
I only can see Bastoni played really well. Otherwise, I think everybody just gave a 5 or a 6. Even Lukaku, he disappeared completely, and they marked him really well. And credit to Bologna guys. Yeah,
Samaro, we have to say, he's a physical beast. So we saw why he was marking Lukaku, and he did a good job. And then Tomiyasu, he was doing quite well until he got injured, and then we scored when he came off on that side. So that was a big blow for them when Tomiyasu had to be substituted for De Silvestri. Who scored gave Bastoni the man of the match as well. So I guess Alessandro Bastoni, man of the match for all of us here. Let us know in the comments if you guys agree if Bastoni should be man of the match. And then what about for flop of the match? Let's see who scored. Gave it to Gagliardini with a 5.9.
What? Poor guy, bro. This guy can't catch a break, honestly.
I thought he did all right.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he was that bad, but I think if you see the overall match, if you had to pick a flop, I think it should be Hakimi in my opinion, because and even probably Ericsson, because I didn't see them stand out as well. Like they couldn't just do anything, couldn't get into it. But what do you think, Mo? Who do you think was flop of the match?
To me, to be honest with you, I wanted Lautaro to leave the field at the 55 minutes,
Oh,
to be honest.
oh,
I
okay.
didn't like the guy. Like he was playing, he was running left and right, and I'm not sure if it's Lautaro's fault or it was Conte's fault. Lautaro was between, should I go to Danilo, or should I mark
Mm,
to Miazzo or Di Silvestri, or should I help the
mm,
left side? So his energy was wasted way far from the goal, and his passing was not the greatest. His post, the shot was good, but otherwise, I thought when Alexis came in, you saw the difference right away.
mm, mm,
It was energy, and he was close to Lukaku.
mm.
But Ericsson, you know what? Ericsson, Brozovic, and Barella today, they did an away game against a resilient team. That's what it
Mm,
is. It's just an away
mm,
game
mm,
coming from international break. Both of them. Also, Lautaro did not play. Barella, Brozovic, and Barella, Brozovic, and Ericsson, they all played, right? So they have an
Yeah.
excuse. He didn't. He didn't have an excuse. Hakimi travel played. That's my opinion. Unpopular, but that's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would have said Hakimi. Hakimi was disappointing me in the first half already, and it's just some of his touches a little bit heavy, crossing wise, decision making wise. He's been a little bit off for me for a few weeks now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Conte. Sometimes we've seen Conte takes at the beginning of the season he brought in Darmian for Hakimi when he was still getting used to the team. So it'll be interesting to see if Conte does that again. And it was against Sassuolo as well last time. It was he brought in Darmian against Sassuolo, I remember. So I don't know if he maybe needs a little message from Conte, to wake up a little bit. Obviously, Hakimi is young; he's got plenty of time to improve. But sometimes you need a little wake up call from and Conte is very good at doing that kind of mental game. What else we got? Let's see. Let me get the stats up. Actually, let's see what the
I think Brozovic got a little reckless towards the end of the match, misplacing a lot of passes. But it was really like it was a very anxious-filled last few minutes, in my opinion. I thought we gave away a lot of possession where we really didn't have to. I would have liked to see us hug the touchline a little bit more and just maybe take a couple of fouls. I think even Bastoni was still pressing up with the ball at one point in about the 84th, 85th minute, and he won a free kick in a very dangerous area. I think it was the one that Lukaku took up to try and take. But yeah, could not care less, to be honest, boys. The 3 points are the 3 points, and I'm just so G'd for this penultimate match day now. This 6:45 a.m. kickoff doubleheader between Juventus Napoli and Inter Sassuolo. This is going to be a big one, man. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the game after that is Cagliari, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's an 8:30 p.m. kickoff in Sydney. That's like a lunar eclipse, bro. 8:30 p.m. kickoff in Sydney for the Cagliari game. That's sexy.
What about Sensi? Sensi didn't even come on once again. We saw Vecino getting 2 minutes at the end, and we saw. What was your reaction when Gagliardini came on?
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit surprised, but then again, I didn't expect Sensi to come on so soon. I was thinking that Vecino wouldn't come on in the first place, because if you're so frantic towards the end, you need someone to calm the play down, and I thought it would be Sensi, but he put Vecino in, and yeah, I didn't. I mean, Gagliardini did break up play, as you said, Rahul. He wasn't the worst, but yeah, I mean, I don't find it surprising, but I really would have liked to see Sensi in this match. I think, especially when you're struggling so much in a frantic situation, I think he has good ball control. So I would have liked to see him in this match at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me show you guys something. So did you guys see Brozovic's tattoo?
Oh, what the hell is that, bro?
Do you know, guys, he was covering the old one. He used to do this, right? So I think he had this tattoo, guys. So this is a cover.
Oh,
he did not remove the old one, and I think this was the only thing that he could have covered it with.
What a way to cover it! Like
it's worse.
Cover the emoji with another emoji.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid. Like, but I think
Yeah.
he didn't want this anymore, and he went to the
Yeah.
ink. And they're like, hey, what can
It's
I do with
yeah.
this? A bomb. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Unbelievable, bro. The
He
bloke
just
eats frozen pizza and he lives in Milan. What more do you want to
This
say,
some
man?
people think this guy should be Inter's next captain. Can you
captain.
believe that?
Yeah, I
Unbelievable.
just, yeah,
He's such a funny character. But
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yeah.
vice captain at the moment, so there must be a reason Conte's made him vice captain. So
Mhm.
he must provide something in that dressing room that we don't know of, because on the pitch all we see is this is all we see on the pitch.
Yeah.
Let's get some.
Can I ask you guys something before? Oh, I was going to ask you
Yeah,
guys
go on.
something before we move on. Do you see any of the players in this side today besides Ashley Young moving on at the end of the season?
Caller.
think-
I
Oh,
mean,
go ahead.
I don't think Kolarov was in the
Sorry.
lineup. I was more so talking about who was playing today, but yeah, in
Okay,
general,
okay.
whatever. I think because I'm looking at the team that we fielded
Mhm.
today, boys, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, I don't see anybody that Conte would want to get rid of. Conte's the type of guy that wants a full tool shed. Three of each kind almost, and I really just don't see where we're going to sell players. So I was really interested to hear what you'd say about that.
To me,
Yeah, Mo, you can.
to me, it was, to be honest, I think if you're talking about the first 11, there is nobody but other than Ashley Young. I think the second one, it might have been, it would have, like, in my opinion, if it's Conte and it's his hand, I think if he can sell Brozovic, he would sell the guy. In my opinion, he asked for that in the beginning. He wanted the types of Kante. He wanted someone different. If he can sell Brozovic for a decent, and teams, Brozovic fits Chelsea, fits a lot of teams that play like with the ball a lot at their feet. Brozovic fits their style of play. But I don't see him moving in COVID world. Nobody's gonna come and pay 40 million for. And also Brozovic, if he leaves, he's gonna ask for some money, and not a lot of teams will have the money. So it's only. How about Darmian? He's on a 2-year contract or a 1-year contract?
I think it's a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, I remember Di Marzio saying it was a 4-year contract, not even 2. So he's
4?
gonna stay. Yeah, yeah, he's here to stay, man.
Yeah.
If we get another left full back, I think Darmian. I'm not sure who's going to be the right full back as well after Hakimi, to be honest. Like next year, if we play Champions League, I'm not sure who's going to be the substitution for Hakimi, because it was supposed to be Darmian and maybe, but I doubt it. But I don't see anybody, Anthony, other than Ashley Young.
Yeah. To answer,
Handanovic.
Handanovic. Okay.
He's going to be on the bench. He's not going to get rid of
talking
him.
about contract. They're talking about contract renewal with Handanovic now. So yeah.
I wouldn't sell him the season after winning the Scudetto.
Yeah.
Very slowly start to integrate him to the bench. You definitely don't shift him out after this season.
Yeah, you get somebody and then you put him on the bench. Yes, hopefully we'll get somebody good, but we have to be careful about the next games. To be honest, like like 8 points and then 2 games and you fall 2 games. It's like Milan. It's like yesterday Milan was 1 point ahead of us. Just yesterday, I remember it was just that close. We're talking about we're chasing Milan, and now boom, 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 and they're 8 points behind.
I know, obviously it didn't happen, but had Milan done the business this morning and beaten them, we would have gone into the game only +3, albeit with 2 games in hand. But that sort of anxiety could have played differently in the players' heads today. We didn't exactly take the pitch and dominate today. So, it's that luck of champion stroke, boys, and every small thing seems to be going in our direction as well, knock on wood. But, you send all your players to international duty and no one comes back with a knock. Or COVID positive as well. Once again, I'm not trying to jinx anything live on your channel, Raul, brother. But, it's just those small strokes of luck that, just pay dividends big time. So I'm really, really happy, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. So next season, good point from Kungarian. Lazaro coming back. So what do you make of him, Palm? Have you followed him? I know you follow like other leagues and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing with Lazaro is, as soon as he joined Mönchengladbach, he was out again with an injury for a long time, and then after coming back, he's just not been able to get into the starting 11 that often. But he did score a beautiful scorpion kick goal, which made a lot of Interisti go gaga over that. So, and yeah, I mean, he does get a few assists, but I saw a few reports saying that this guy just doesn't have the right sort of physicality. It sounds cliche, but I know that he just is not suitable for Conte, and that's why he was shipped out in the first place. So I think as soon as he comes back, we're going to look for a buyer. I just can't see him staying, although his agent said off late that he wants to stay, but I just can't see it happening, man.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like it was quite harsh how we got rid of him, because I felt
Yeah,
like he never
yeah.
really got a proper chance. But then again, I always say with Conte is like he sees him in training, so there must be a reason that he kind
Yeah.
of gave up on him. But I never felt like he made any mistakes defensively or was that bad. But yeah, I'll be depending on what our budget is, I'll be willing to give him a second chance in the next season, as a
Yeah.
second or third choice, as Mo said, with Darmian kind of shifts on both sides. So it could be cool to have an athletic right wing back option to Hakimi. What do you guys think, Mo, Anthony, to Lazaro?
I really don't know, man. I just think tactically he doesn't really present himself in the same way that that Conte expected him to. And with Hakimi, you'd almost have like a bootleg version of Hakimi, just with really the attributes just really, really minimalized. I just don't see how it's going to work. And I think with the fact that he's coming off that big injury as well will play a part. If we can scoop anywhere from 12 to 15 mil for him, I think the club will sell. But I don't know who's going to pay that in a market like this. I really don't think like this transfer market that's coming up now is going to be very, very minimalistic in my opinion. Oh, Conte's presser is out. Anyway, off he's go.
João Mario, Nainggolan, Lazaro.
Yeah, we got a lot of bums, bro. It's a homeless sale, cuz honestly.
Yeah, so the most important is to try to sell those guys. And it's just like you guys said, the COVID economy. I find it difficult to see clubs acquiring those guys. I mean, João Mario apparently is doing really well out in Sporting Lisbon, so hopefully we can get like an actual. Finally, we can actually get rid of him on a permanent basis. Nainggolan, it depends a lot on Cagliari if they actually stay up. But by the way they're playing today, they lost once again, so it doesn't look like they're gonna stay up. And then with Lazaro, we just talked about it. So, there's a lot of things up in the air at the moment with some of the loanees. What about you guys? What do you make of I mean, it's a pretty silly question, but any of those guys, would you ever take a chance on any of those guys again?
No, man.
Never.
So to be honest with you, there's one thing. So the UK is asking the UEFA to allow fans, and if during the Euros, and if that goes on successfully, and there's not like an outbreak or something, I think that will bring a lot of finances back. Like clubs will think about next season that will have fans. Fans bring money. Fans bring a lot of finances into the club, and that will make a big difference. And so this particular thing, fans in stadiums, makes a big difference. And I think the new, not the new, I'm just going to talk about the management that is here now. They're not going to wait. They're not going to do the Gabigol with the wait to sell, and then they sell for minimum. As Anthony said, if it's 10 million, 8 million, 12 million come for Lazaro, we'll take what we have now. We're not going to send him on loan and then his value is decreasing. Because if the guy goes to Newcastle and can get, and I know he was injured, but even when he wasn't injured, he didn't get even a starting position. You're not good enough to play for Inter. The Scudetto, if we win Scudetto and we're going for Champions League, you can't have this as someone who can't even get a starting position in Newcastle, who's fighting relegation in the Premier League. That's too little for us. Even Nainggolan, who is not even near a top player now, not even close to an average player. To be honest, I watched Cagliari. He's not even average, like not even more. Like, when he joined Cagliari, he had like last season, he had like some moments. Now you watch him, he's walking on the field. He doesn't give a shit. He's not even playing. The only one that might have a value actually is João Mario, because he's actually not doing bad. But the other guys, I think the management will say, give us anything. Because if you sell him for anything, that's a salary for one of the guys for a year. the big
Exactly.
contracts, the 7 million or Ericsson or something. You'll save that, instead of
Yeah.
sending him out on a loan and nothing, right? I think this is how it's gonna be. As Anthony said, get anything. It will help in the all the wage bill that we have, the big one that is expected to actually increase next year by winning Scudetto. Players are gonna come and ask for enhancement for contracts. So that's what I think.
Yeah. So I just want to finish it off on one question for you guys. I can't stay on for too long today. For the next match against Sassuolo, as we said, Bastoni, Brozovic suspended. Who is the bigger miss in the team, and who would you replace each player with? So if Palm, you want to start off with that?
Yeah, so I think Bastoni is the bigger miss because we all know who his direct backup is. So, and he's cost us more points than anything. So, of course, Bastoni is the bigger miss and Kolarov will play instead of him. And I think if I come to midfield, I think Vidal will get his start after his injury because I don't think Gagliardini will play alongside Eriksen. I think it's going to be Vidal, Eriksen and Barella. And I don't want to see Kolarov start, but I think that's what's going to happen, of course.
So you mean Eriksen dropping into the regista position?
Yeah, I think Conte will experiment over there. It's a tricky one. Yeah.
Anthony?
Pretty much what Palm said, eh? I think it's pretty much word for word what he said. I actually didn't even know that Vidal was in the squad today until I saw him, doing his little boss walk in his tracksuit, looking all buff shoulders and stuff. So you know what? It probably will be time for him to get some minutes again. And I don't want to be the pessimist here, but it would not be the end of the world if we did drop some points against Sassuolo and then carried on to win against Cagliari. But at the end of the day, you know what Conte is like, and he's going to go into that game all hell, like it's the last game on earth. He just said in his press conference when he was asked, the Milan, the Juventus games, no, we were busy pre-training. We were busy, pre-tactics. So, all hands on deck and all faith towards Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
Oh, well, but to answer the original question, Bastoni is the bigger miss, by the way.
Yeah.
Mo?
I think it's Bastoni because if Berardi comes back, it's that side is the dangerous side.
Yeah.
And whoever plays on that side is gonna have a hell of a task in front of them. It doesn't matter if it's Kolarov. I'm not sure how far D'Ambrosio is, but if D'Ambrosio is back, D'Ambrosio is the one who's gonna play. I know that Conte trusts D'Ambrosio. I think so. He's gonna give D'Ambrosio with the try.
Yeah, well, you never know with the COVID effect how long. As you said, he only came back to training yesterday, I think, D'Ambrosio. So to come back, we'll have to see. This COVID thing affects everyone differently. We saw De Vrij didn't play today, even though he was back, and Handanovic came back though. So Radu, this was going to be the only time. Radu, if he was going to play, this was going to be the only time. And
maybe it was for the best.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
What about Vecino? Would you give? Vecino's had a couple of substitute appearances now. Would you give Vecino maybe a start or even more minutes?
Sensi.
Yeah. Agree with Mo.
But the problem with Sensi is that we can't have Sensi, Barella, and Eriksen. That's maybe. Conte has something in his back pocket, but I think one of the reasons he did not play Sensi today, it was very physical in the midfield. And also Sensi played 2 games with the national team, and I think he knew that this might happen. And he wanted to save Sensi, and it was just too physical, and maybe he saved him for next game. And I hope so, to be honest, because I want to see Sensi again play. Because as Anthony said, it wouldn't be the worst thing to drop point, but it would be great if we see Sensi play, because we know everybody else, we know what they can do. We know that Sensi is probably the most talented guy out of these players, but he just needs to get game fit again, and these games will get him fit.
Yeah, someone earlier on in the beginning of the stream said they would even prefer to see Darmian as a centre back rather than Kolarov, and I think he has done that role for Man United and Parma at some point. So that could be a shout, because we know how shaky Kolarov has been, but I feel like it should be okay to play Kolarov on that side.
We'll be okay, guys. I'm not sure why we're worried. We'll be okay. We had Ranocchia today, and we had Ashley Young, and we were fine. Come on, guys. Against you guys, I think Bologna away is a tougher side than Sassuolo home. I think we have to. It was a tough game today, to be honest. It was absolutely like a dogfight. Everybody.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be fine. I have all FC Conte here, so I trust Conte.
Yeah, we trust in our Lord Commander Conte. You know, he's turned around so many careers. You know, some of these players they owe a lot to Conte. Like the Gagliardini, this guy wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for Conte.
Again, I'm gonna ask that question again, guys. If you have a comment, please let me know who chose Gagliardini as a kid in an academy. What attribute did they see? Was he quick? Did he have a good touch? What did he have for you as a coach in an academy to choose Gagliardini? Yeah, this guy has a future in football. I still don't know.
Honestly, at Atalanta, with Gasperini, he looked all right. Him and Kessie used to look really good. But I don't know what, I think in that system where you just, go up and down, you don't, like Freuler and the Rune, they just kind of do a lot, but they don't do a lot. So he needs that kind of system. That's pretty much it, guys. I can't stay on for too long today, but always enjoy coming on with you guys, man. I appreciate you guys jumping on. I know Parm is very late out there for you. Anthony is very early out there for you.
Yeah.
Mo is peak time for Mo. Mo could stay on for hours.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing? It's Easter Sunday today in my family and my extended family, which is pretty much the biggest gathering from my family. Let's just say it's going to be a very quiet Easter Sunday with my side of the family because, as Raul knows, I don't know if the other boys know, but my entire cousins, aunties, and uncles are all Juventini, and I've been copping the rub. I've been copping the rub end. I've been copping the rough end for a good 9 years now, and with COVID and everything, I actually haven't seen these delightful human beings in about 9 months anyway. So it's going to be a good day, man.
Enjoy your Easter, man. Enjoy.
Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
And thank you, Uncle Shama. Thank you, Raul, my brother.
Thanks.
Bye.
Ciao.
See ya.
Bye.
Everyone leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you for the next one. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.